May 3rd, 1942, Northern Burma, 4:17 a.m. The rain doesn't fall, it attacks. Sheets of water hammer the jungle canopy so violently it sounds like artillery. Beneath it, British and Indian troops stumble blindly through mud that grips their boots like a living thing. Rifles are soaked, radios are dead, maps useless. Somewhere ahead, a mule screams, then goes silent. You can almost feel it, the suffocating humidity pressing against your chest, the thick, rotting smell of leaves and death mixing into the air. This isn't a battlefield. It's a trap, and the Japanese know it. A single shot cracks through the trees, then another, then silence again. No enemy in sight, no clear direction, just shadows. This is Burma, and for the Allies, it might as well be another planet. For years, military planners had dismissed this region as impossible. Dense jungles, monsoon rains, disease, and mountains had seemed to tear the sky apart. It was terrain no modern army could survive in, let alone fight across. But war doesn't respect assumptions. When Japanese forces surged into Burma in early 1942, they didn't just advance, they flowed, moving through the jungle with terrifying speed. They bypassed roads entirely, appearing where no one thought they could. British defenses collapsed faster than anyone expected. Cities fell, supply lines shattered, and suddenly, the impossible battlefield became the most critical one. Because Burma wasn't just jungle, it was the gateway. If Japan held Burma, September 14th, 1943, somewhere near Imphal, 5:42 a.m., the jungle is quiet, too quiet. A column of British and Indian troops moves cautiously through the undergrowth, every step measured, every breath controlled. No one speaks, not even a whisper. The only sound is the soft click of rifle safeties and the distant hum of aircraft overhead. Then, a hand signal. Breeze. Ahead, barely visible through tangled vines. A shape moves. Not an animal, a man. But this time, they saw him first. Months earlier, that moment would have ended differently. An unseen enemy. A sudden ambush. Chaos. But not anymore. Because something has changed. Lieutenant General William Slim has rebuilt his army from the ground up, not just in numbers, but in mindset. The lessons of 1942 were brutal, unforgiving, and impossible to ignore. The jungle isn't a barrier, it's the battlefield. And now, the Allies are finally beginning to understand how to fight in it. Training camps spring up across India and the Burmese frontier. But these aren't traditional drills. There are no parade grounds, no clean uniforms, no predictable routines. Instead, soldiers are thrown straight into thick jungle terrain. They learn to move silently, to read broken branches like footprints, to smell cooking fires before they see them. Every sense becomes a weapon. Major General Order Wingate takes it even further. His men, known as the Chindits, are trained not just to survive in the jungle, but to live in it. They operate deep behind enemy. March 29th, 1944. Imphal Plain, India, Burma border, 2:11 a.m. The ground trembles. At first, it's faint like distant thunder rolling through the hills. Then, it grows louder, heavier, rhythmic. Oots, thousands of them. In the darkness beyond the tree line, Japanese forces move forward in near silence, their formations slipping through jungle paths carved by months of preparation. This is no raid. This is an invasion. Inside the Allied perimeter, a young British officer grips his rifle tighter. Sweat drips down his face despite the cool night air. Around him, men wait in shallow trenches, eyes fixed on the black horizon. No one speaks. They've heard the reports. Japanese divisions battle-hardened, relentless, are pushing toward Imphal and Kohima. Their objective is as bold as it is dangerous. Invade India. Break Allied morale. Destroy Slim's army once and for all. Lieutenant General William Slim doesn't flinch, because this time, he's ready. Unlike the chaos of 1942, the Allied positions are not scattered. They are anchored, reinforced, designed to hold. And, more importantly, they are supplied. At first light, the jungle erupts. Machine guns tear through the silence. Mortars scream overhead. Japanese infantry surge forward in waves, their battle cries cutting through the gunfire. It's overwhelming, relentless, terrifying. But something is different. The Allied lines don't break. At Imphal, British, Indian, and Gurkha units dig in, fighting from July 18th, 1944, Central Burma, 6:03 a.m. The jungle is no longer silent. It breathes, not with life, but with decay. A Japanese soldier stumbles forward, his uniform hanging loose from a body already consumed by hunger. His rifle drags behind him, too heavy to carry. Around him, what remains of his unit moves like ghosts, eyes hollow, steps unsteady. No orders, no formation, just survival. Weeks earlier, they had marched with confidence. Now, they are running. The great offensive toward Imphal and Kohima has failed. Not with a single moment of collapse, but slowly, painfully, inevitably. Starvation sets in first, then disease, then despair. Cut off from supply lines, Japanese forces begin to rely on whatever they can find in the jungle. Roots, leaves, even leather. Some eat their own pack animals. Others don't survive long enough. The jungle they once mastered has turned against them. Back on the Allied side, the transformation is just as dramatic but in reverse. Columns move forward with precision. Units rotate in and out of the front lines, maintaining strength. Supply drops continue without interruption, feeding not just survival but momentum. For the first time in the Burma campaign, the Allies are advancing. Lieutenant General William Slim stands at a forward command post, watching as fresh units move into position. His army, once broken, scattered, retreating, is now something entirely different. Disciplined, adapted, relentless. He doesn't celebrate. Not yet. Because he, March 9th, 1945, outskirts of Mandalay, 3:36 p.m. The sky burns. Columns of smoke rise above the ancient city, twisting into the orange glow of a setting sun. Artillery thunders without pause, shaking the Allard beneath every cuttom. In the distance, the shattered silhouette of Mandalay Hill looms scarred, blackened, but still standing. And below it, the final battle begins. Allied forces advance through the ruins with calculated precision. British, Indian, and Gurkha units move street by street, clearing buildings, securing intersections, pushing forward under constant fire. No grand charges, no sweeping maneuvers, just brutal, close-quarters combat, room to room. Khatwat bi khatwat. The Japanese defenders are dug in deep, bunkers carved into hillsides, machine gun nests hidden in collapsed structures, snipers positioned in pagodas and towers, watching every haraka below. They are exhausted, outnumbered, but they do not surrender easily. Private Amar Singh grips his rifle as his unit approaches a fortified position near the base of Mandalay Hill. The air smells of smoke, dust, and something else. Burning wood, burning history. Mandalay is not just a battlefield. It's a symbol, and both sides know it. A sudden burst of gunfire erupts from a concealed bunker. Bullets tear through the air, forcing Amar Singh's unit to take cover behind shattered walls. Orders are shouted. Grenades are readied. A pause. Then, explosion. The bunker falls silent. For a moment. Then the advance continues.